What's your perspective on hammers these days now? Do you just strictly say, "Oh, I don't do hammers anymore," or does a hammer just mean something different to you?
Since we brought up the torque at the 35 stair, I think I did that like 5 times that day. Like grab, no grab, for a picture, for a clip. Like nowadays, like I'll bring a quick draw just 'cause it's like the most recent thing that I put out. Like the wheel slide hurricane fish. Like that took me a long time. Like that wasn't by any means easy. I could jump on any rail and probably torque down it almost every single try, no matter the size. But uh, I guess there's not. I never liked that term, the term hammer. I never liked the term ender either. Like, oh, I got to go out and film my ender. There's so many
Stressful phrases.
special. Yeah, they're just like those things should be deaded. But um, uh, there's so many there's so many intricacies in some of this stuff. Not just that I'm doing, but since it's my podcast, I'll speak for myself. But there's a lot of technical stuff going on. Like, so if the term hammer for, something like that wheel slide hurricane fish, like maybe, I don't know. It took really long. I got fucked up a bunch of times, but it's a knee-high ledge. So
Yeah.
I like almost broke
I
my finger in one.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I get hurt the most on like the most technical small things personally. That's when I'm
Sure.
challenging myself the most. Um, sometimes you could do you could do a big trick, and it might be easier, just sometimes a little scarier, just to get it done because it'll be very straightforward in how it is. But yeah, I think I know what Austin's saying. Like with hammer, like maybe sometimes like, and I agree, hammer is kind of like a weird word. It's kind of like broy, like it's like a broy kind of
Yeah,
word. But
yeah, it is.
I know, yeah, I know what you mean. Like like a hammery, like it's even though it's a weird word that I can see that being like, yeah, hammer is something that could just be difficult, maybe not just like really big. Like, and the I agree, like the level of technicality now is shocking. Like I didn't think it would be at this place now, and it's yeah, it's so I could see that being considered a hammer too.
It,
Yeah.
it looks it looks cool too.
Well,
Looks
hammers are
cooler,
perspectives.
in my
Yeah.
opinion. Again, my perspective.
Yeah. I mean, you have the right to say whatever you want because you've done it all also. So you know from experience what like a quote stunt would be versus a super technical
For
trick.
sure.
But you've always been kind of a technical skater anyway. So it seems that a trick like the Cessla to Hurricane Fish is like right up your alley anyway. So that is like a hammer in your style, you know?
Yeah, we learned it at the underground. Remember how slippery that place was?
Oh man,
Yeah, that place bred ninjas just because of slippery floor. If you could skate
Yeah,
anything at underground, you could do it anywhere, literally.
facts.
I never heard the term ender being like controversial a little or anything like that, but I guess that also is a good one too because that's more of an old school quote mentality. I would think to film a section, be like, I need this ender, I need an ender, I need something to pop at the end. But I guess when you think about it now, you don't really need that. It's just like the flow of like an edit these days, and the way
hmm
stuff is filmed more or less. When did you give up on enders?
I don't know. But to your point of the way stuff is filmed nowadays, the way stuff is edited nowadays, people are finding more creative ways to make, I think, skating look more interesting. It's never been filmed as good as it is now. Um, so I think people like for myself too, like I mix all our music that I'm editing to. So whatever trick that is in that present moment in that song or in that mix is I'm trying to purposely evoke some sort of emotion or feeling, through how it looks. So whether or like back in the day it was just like you skate to a hype song and the song ends, boom, and like you land. Like I don't there's so many special moments that you can capture that aren't just the trick itself, and then being able to edit the music and make it feel right and mix it into the next track or whatever it may be. It's there's no such thing as an ender. It's never
Yeah,
ending.
that's that's a good. I like that mentality. It doesn't end. Yeah, no, and that's a stressful like way to go about it too, and it brings like that mentality about that like yeah, man, that was such a prevalent mentality back in the day. I remember even like the idea of like the film Pariah that Adam did was like everyone's gonna get like their 20 best hammers,
Yeah,
and that was gonna be the section. And then it went to like it
yeah.
started out like that, and then Alex was like, "Yo, this isn't working in this way because that's not the right way." You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm 36, so I'm trying to skate until I'm Julio's age and longer. Look at Julio. Man's jumping
I know.
over poles to switch fish. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm I'm in it for longevity at this point. So make it look good, make it cool. Anyone can do whatever it is that they want to do. I just know where I'm going with it,
Hmm.
and that's
No,
fun.
I agree. Like, I think I said this. Like, I noticed like a few years back, like in the beginning of like the basement, the first basement videos that you were doing with Anthony and you know Dad Chuck
Sam,
and yeah,
love
and
that
was
Chuck.
is did he move Anthony?
And Ant's band got signed by the guy who runs the Black Keys, Dan Auerbach.
Oh.
So Ant's like on tour all the time now,
Oh shit.
Ah,
just playing
okay,
music. Yeah,
That's so
congratulations
sick.
to
sick.
him.
That's so
Oh
sick.
yeah,
Dad Chuck just had his third, and
Mhm.
I still get to see him very often. We just put out that Dad Chuck part
Love that.
right in the new year with like the Basement Flyers jersey and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I still get to hang out with my boys here and there. But yeah, for the most part, it's just Colin and I. But yeah,
Well,
what were you saying about the basement edits though with like Ant and them?
yeah, I was gonna say like when I you guys first started making those, and I just like saw like this direction you were going. I was like, I just remember even seeing that then and being like, yeah, these guys are gonna like keep on progressing to their like 50. Like, I feel like you guys are gonna be progressive for a long time because that, like you said, like you just like verbalize like, oh yeah, like I'm in it for longevity. Like that really shows without you saying so. Like like you can tell. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it seems like very conscious in that way. So yeah, that's it's cool. It's cool to see that. Like I've been actually like often when I'm like um trying to like coming down to my own skating because I'm pretty hard on my own skating these days. I'm like, man, I need to just smarten up, try to get cool, and but every time I do, I can't do it because you it's like really hard to do to like make this stuff. So
I
so
gotta
it's like
get cool, he said.
it's really tough to do all that stuff. So but it's definitely like a direction I'm trying to go to because longevity is something important now that especially now that we're seeing like exciting times for skating and exciting potential for the future of
Right,
something that we even think would have a future maybe, but to be like, oh, if it's gonna like, we want to be there and be able to skate and enjoy it,
Hmm.
for sure.
I feel like what you
Um,
just said there was like Billy, like trying to find like a new foot in skating or trying to like newer styles and stuff. Like in my personal experience now, that my skating style is somewhat kind of changing a little bit in that same way. Like for years, I was trying to do the same thing too. Like try to force myself in a one way or another to skate differently for this longevity, for a more like cooler,
mhm.
different style of skating, not just to be like cool or whatever like that, but it interested me. But I was just
Yeah.
giving up. I was like, ah, that's it. It's just not my style of skating. Like I'm just gonna skate the way I skate, and then it just naturally it happens. Eventually, you find something and it just slaps you on the back, like, oh, this is how you do it. It kind of just like sneaks up on you. You can't go out to find the style. The style kind of like finds you. Did you have like a similar situation with that, Sean?
Austin, I think it's just we're getting older. We've been doing this for so long. We're just getting better. Like we're getting more controlled at this thing. I think that's why it's coming naturally. You
Mm,
know,
that's a good
like
way to look at it.
like we've been on skates for so long. Like we can't just skate down a path in a straight direction. I think we're all just starting to feel so comfortable with our bodies and with the wheels under our feet that I think we're all just going crazy with it. I don't think
Yeah.
I think it's just like a natural evolution what's going on.